Be a part of history and subscribe to my 2 YouTube channels and join the 100,000 pharaohs that exist. And of course, follow me on Twitch as I create a radio station from the ground up. They ain't never seen a young black reporter coming like this.
See, the sad part is this. In these streets, you either gonna die or you might get killed by a nigga that'll tell on you if you shoot. So how you gonna win? It's no win in this situation in these streets. These niggas will glorify a lifestyle because it's getting a bag, it's getting them some chicks. They talk about this, the dope boys, they sell all the crack in the world, they shoot this, they bust their gun. And as soon as they get on in that courtroom and they tell them, we're gonna give you 15 to 20 years or you're gonna testify, they start telling you that the streets is a myth. They start telling you, it's all, ain't nothing about that. Ain't really nothing in the streets, man. You know what you're supposed to do. I ain't gonna sit in jail for nobody. No, you sit in jail for you, King. You sit in jail because you made a decision. It was tough. You made a decision that you could bust your gun. But you took the glorification that came with that. You take all that. Niggas take all that. I'ma hold it down. I'm real. When niggas glorified you for busting your gun and standing up, you took all of that light. You took all of them bags that niggas paid you to come because they thought you was gangster. They flew you here and that. Niggas said you was gangster because you bust your gun. You took that. But you don't want to take the consequences that come with that action. You feel me? Niggas don't want to take the consequences that come with the same shit they got the bag for. They just want the bag. Niggas just want the chick. They want the bag. They want the glorification. They want niggas to say, you gangster, you real. I did this, I held it down. But soon as it's time to deal with those consequences, and you got to sit in front of that judge and they say, yeah, we gonna bust you 20 years, my nigga, because you bust that gun. The same gun that they glorified you and gave you a bag for, the nigga said you was Jesus and the chicks gave you, they were sucking it a little different before, quote unquote. They give you head a little different and they do all this shit. The same shit that they did that for, you don't want to do that time for. You feel me? But y'all niggas get mad at me when you call out a sucker shit. When you sit there and you say, this ain't real. This is not how you move in this. You feel me? The real dudes is gonna say, nah, I ain't even talking about my case. I just had to protect myself, whatever it was. I'm not at liberty to have this conversation or speak. No, but you wanted to get the glorification. You niggas wanted to see everything. You wanted everybody to know. You tough, you gangster, you bust your gun, you did 50 songs about it. You did this, you told all of the facts, everything. Everything. No, we not backwards as a culture, King. We backwards as a culture because men don't want to be accountable for their acts. If you know you're not going to be accountable for your acts, you less likely to commit the act. That's what's real. You niggas don't want to hold nobody to that. Hold the man to say, yo, this ain't for you, dog. You're not really ready to die or go to jail for the rest of your life. So listen, get you a job. Talk about some shit that's more reputable to who you are, that represents you the way you're going to be represented. Y'all don't want to do that. Nah, y'all want to get mad at the people that point out that they're not built right. You don't want to call them out. You sit there and move, yo, he real. And then when he do something fake, you don't want nobody to say nothing about it. No, that's how you stop the culture. That's how you stop these kids from being in the street. Because when they realize the dudes that they glorify, that they think get in the bag and they think it's winning, ain't who they say they is, because they're not willing to deal with those consequences, then they're not going to do the same acts that these suckers is doing.
All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, I wanted to clarify something. There was a video, and it's doing pretty well, where the other day, I'm not going to call it calling out Charlemagne, but it was like, yo, you gave Troy Ave Donkey of the Day for making this Too Legit to Quit song, and he's clearly telling you what happened between him and Taxstone, or how he perceived everything that has happened that left one dead, Ronald McFadder. And I want to say rest in peace to Ronald, and please rest in peace to just rest in peace to Banger, first and foremost. Rest in peace to Banger, and prayers to his family. Right? I didn't want to sound insensitive to the family, but at the same time, I wasn't trying to call out Charlamagne. I was just telling the facts. Like, yo, you gave him Donkey of the Day, then you didn't do the interview with him. You brought that video. Like, let's make it clear, that video is probably gonna do some views because it's Troy Ave and it's him pretty much telling the story of Taxstone and what happened that night. But we ain't gonna act like the Breakfast Club ain't a powerful platform. You gave him Donkey of the Day. A lot of people on that video, if you go check it out to this day on YouTube, say, I came here because Charlamagne gave him Donkey of the Day. You brought eyes to that. And for you to not want to do the interview after that is kind of ridiculous to me as a journalist. And like I said, if I was in that position, I don't know what I would do. Maybe Charlamagne knows some stuff behind the scenes, and that's fine. But I wouldn't have gave him Donkey of the Day either, right? You didn't have, if you said you want to stick away from the situation in totality, why give him Donkey of the Day? I didn't get that. But nevertheless, that's gone. That's done now. Did a video of that already. But I want to clarify something. As you see Mysonne here talking about the Troy Ave Taxstone situation, hip hop has said, look, we get what Troy Ave's doing. He's playing the good guy right now. But the community and just people around it are saying, look, Troy Ave, you don't need to be the guy all of a sudden playing good guy. Was it his fault in the Taxstone situation from what we know and from what Troy Ave has told us in video? Didn't look like it was a lot of Troy Ave's fault. It looks like the problem is these two men should have got together and handled their differences a long time ago, right? Reportedly, Taxstone, and he said some things on that Tax Season podcast, and Troy Ave didn't like it, and you know what I mean? They didn't like each other. What happened that night is what happened that night. We're here now, right? People are like, yo, Troy Ave, you was winning off a lot of that talk, off a lot of that gangster talk and a lot of that gangster music for a few years now. Now you're trying to play the little boy who cried wolf, and a lot of people are like, yo, you don't need to be the guy acting like you're just completely innocent in anything that's happened to you in your life. You wanted to be the gangster. You said you was the gangster. You clown people in their lives. You talked about some of the dead. Whatever happened to you happened to you. You're not a good guy all of a sudden. People change, don't get me wrong, and we're all about second chance, or we say we're all about second chance in this country. But yo, things that have happened to your life does have to do with the energy that you put out in the atmosphere. Everyone that I talked to about Troy, I just say his energy wasn't good. Now he's trying to change his energy all of a sudden, and it might be too late for him. He might have to do a bid. Now Troy's not trying to do a 10-year bid, but in all likelihood he's gonna have to do a bid of some sorts. And Mysonne is just saying, look, bro, the streets are not a myth. Like Troy Ave said in that Breakfast Club interview, yo, the streets are a real thing. Now, don't act like you didn't benefit from the streets and claiming to be a gangster. And now that the streets turned their back on you and now you're the one that's having to do the bid, it's not someone else in the streets. You just can't say, dang, bro, that's effed up that happened to him. Now you're the guy. You're the guy that the things are happening to. And you're looking around like, yo, this ain't supposed to happen to me, bro. This ain't cool. But you benefited off that culture. You talked about that culture. You glorified that culture for quite some time. Now you look up and the culture ain't work for you. Now all of a sudden you're like, I don't know. What? Like, well, yo, like this ain't supposed to happen to me. I ain't doing the bid. But you used to live by that culture. You used to be like, nigga, it happens. You know what I mean? Like, you get a sentence, Do your time come out? What happened to all that talk? And I get that 100%, and a lot of people are not letting Troy Ave off the hook, and I wasn't trying to let Troy Ave off the hook. I was just clarifying that, yo, in this situation, it does look like Troy Ave has a point in a few conversations, but it looks like his past has just caught up with him. What do you guys think about what Mysonne said, and what do you guys think about what I've said? And then just talk to me about the situation in totality in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Man, this is sad, man. This is this should be a wake-up call for hip-hop. As good as hip-hop has been to me and a lot of others, these are one of the things when you look up and be like, we got a long way to go. Thank y'all for the time. Let's support. Salute.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty.